Yo.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, guys? Back at it like a great.
So we got another one from the Prager University. It's Who Are the Racists?
Oh.
So let's see.
That's gonna be good.
I heard the lady. Remember we did the last one from Prager?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that they had the very first one from Prager with the lady. They had got her, I think, kicked out of school or something
Why?
for stating her political opinions, because she was at Vanderbilt. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I saw something out there about that.
Hopefully not. We got
every single day, someone of prominence on the left, a politician, a cable news host, an entertainment figure, accuses someone on the right of being a racist. Here are typical examples. MSNBC host Chris Matthews said this: "The age of Jim Crow managed to find a new habitat in the 21st century Republican Party." Comedian Seth Meyers told his late-night audience that Republicans traffic in open racism. Tennessee State Representative London Lamar, a black woman, announced that the entire state of Tennessee is racist, period. This was just after she was elected in Tennessee.
Wow.
The left calling the right racist isn't new. It's been going on for decades. Republican presidents Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, George Herbert Walker Bush, his son George W. Bush, were all accused of being racist. And of course, from the left's perspective, racist is essentially Donald Trump's middle name.
Yeah.
To call someone a racist is a very serious charge.
Mm-hmm.
A racist is a person who believes that one race is inherently superior or inferior to another. It's not intelligence, character, or values that determine an individual's worth. It's his or her skin color. To say that racism is foolish and stupid, not to mention evil, is to understate the case. But according to most Democrats, Republicans are that stupid and that evil. So let's examine some conservative policies to see if they are indeed racist. If they are, then the left has a valid complaint. And if they're not, then the left is lying. The long-standing conservative opposition to affirmative action is a good place to start. It was Democratic President John F. Kennedy who in 1961 first used the term affirmative action. But affirmative action in the way we think of it now wasn't implemented until 1970, during the administration of a Republican president, Richard Nixon. The theory was that, because of historical discrimination, blacks were at a competitive disadvantage to other races and ethnicities. To erase that disadvantage, standards that most blacks presumably couldn't meet had to be lowered. One could make the case that this policy had some utility when it was first put in place. But that was a long time ago. The conservative position is that blacks have repeatedly proven they can compete with anyone without the benefits of lower standards. There are countless examples of black success in every field at every level.
Right.
The policy is no longer...
See, Thomas Sowell talks about that. He was talking about how within affirmative action, they affirmative action hurts. It was hurting more than it helped. It was putting students that couldn't compete on that level, and they would fail. But then you had students that are intelligent enough, black students, that could go and compete on those higher college levels. But then those probably weren't the people that were coming in through affirmative action. You get what I'm saying?
I remember.
necessary. But the conservative argument goes further. Study after study shows that, in the case of college admissions, affirmative action hurts more blacks than it helps. By lowering admission standards for blacks and some other minority students, colleges set many of these students up for failure.
Yeah.
They get placed in schools for which they are not prepared. And high black dropout rates confirm this view. How could it be otherwise? If academically unprepared white students were admitted to Ivy League schools, they too would be set up to fail.
Yeah.
Conservatives believe blacks and other minorities are every bit as capable as whites of succeeding as engineers, surgeons, policemen, businessmen, lawyers, and college students.
That's right.
And therefore, lowering standards for blacks is unnecessary as well as insulting.
Yeah.
Yet for this belief, conservatives are called racist. The irony, of course, is that those who accuse conservatives of being racist believe blacks and other minorities are not as capable as whites of succeeding and therefore still need affirmative action, almost a half century after it was first implemented.
Wow.
Let's look at another issue where this contrast between conservatives and those who accuse them of being racist is even more starkly drawn. Voter ID. Conservatives say America should require every voter to present an ID when voting, just as European countries do to help keep their elections honest. Are all these democracies racist? Of course not. Yet the accusers say that conservatives who support voter ID are racist. Why do they say this? Because, they argue, it's really a ruse to prevent blacks and other minorities from voting, since many of them just aren't capable of acquiring an ID.
Wow.
Can you get more condescending than that?
Wow.
Let's be real. You need an ID to drive, to fly, to buy a beer, even to purchase some cold medicines. Whites can do it, but blacks can't? Tell me again who the racists are? One more example. It's conservatives who push for school choice, which would allow all parents, not just wealthy ones, to decide where their children attend school. Tuition vouchers, charter schools, these are conservative initiatives. Those on the left fight these reforms at every turn. It's the left that doesn't trust minority parents to select an appropriate school for their children. Why aren't the people who keep black children in failing schools the racists? At some point, maybe you'll start asking yourself like I did, who's really obsessed with race, the left or the right? And whose policies really hurt blacks? Maybe it's not who you think it is.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
Derek Green of Project 21 for Prager University.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this video.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's what it just made me think about Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell just come to my mind every time. Everything he was talking about.
Is spot on. Spot on.
Thomas Sowell.
It's spot on. That's what he said. It's exactly what he said. When you allow the affirmative action to take place for these college kids who are ill prepared to go to these Ivy League schools or schools that are performing at a high level, you set them up for failure. No wonder the dropout rate is increasing.
I'm going to Harvard. But you never hear, did you graduate from Harvard? You went. But did you graduate from that Harvard?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's some that do, but it's just...
And my question is, when people come in through affirmative action through Ivy League schools, black people, or minorities, not just black people, just minorities, and they're not ready to compete on that level, who finances it? Who pays for that expensive education?
I don't know, scholarship or...
Because going to a 4-year Ivy League ain't like going to a 4-year
HBCU.
HBCU. No, total different pricing. Who pays for that?
I don't know.
Is there affirmative action grants that pay
I mean,
for them to go
there's
through
got to be some scholarships, grants, or some type of funding for some, and some, have earned it based off their academics. But I don't
that
know.
Make you feel you go and you think you're doing good in your school, but then you competing on a level where a very high level of education where these students are coming from around the world at the top of their class and get into this, and then now you were like pretty decent in your class, but now you have been given a form that says I'm allowed to go into this school, and then you go and that'd be embarrassing. That's like me going to get stepping on stage on a bodybuilding show with a fat gut, and everybody, they have practiced, got ready, and did what they need to do to get on that show.
Your wife ain't gonna let you get in there and do that.
No, what I'm saying is, think about my example. You're gonna be embarrassed. You're gonna drop out.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and that it does just by reading but by reading what I've been reading and learning what I've been learning about what the parties represent. It definitely stands out that it's twisted.
Yeah.
It's twisted. It's twisted.
Yep, like some dreads going to the back, boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's twisted.
All right, man. So, guess who the racist is? Every time I hear when they talk about the racist, I already know what side to look. Way more racist than the side you think is your friend.
Exactly, and that's the messed up part about it. That's why I said it's twisted. Who you thinking is the racist? Ain't it? Once you get out there and really dig and do your homework and read. It's like, what in the world? But you gotta think for yourself.
Giveaway still going. Y'all still jumping. The giveaway still going. The comments go down in the description and show you what to do for the giveaway, man. We're giving a $1,500 iPhone Pro Max 14. So giveaway still going. We still letting some people in. All right, man. So like, comment, subscribe. Don't take a nosedive, but comment down in the section below if you want some.
If you want some more.
You want some more, man. We'll see you on the next one, man.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.